The Thunder game in Houston has been officially postponed after a day of COVID-19 complications and developments surrounding several of Houston's players. 3 players have tested positive or returned inconclusive tests after a day of contact tracing stemming from rookie Kenyon Martin Jr. testing positive. Martin was with John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins and other players last night getting haircuts at another teammate's apartment. 4 other players are in quarantine. Also, the league determined that James Harden was in violation of the NBA's new safety protocols and would not be allowed to play tonight after the video you just saw there on social media surfaced showing him recently partying at a club without a mask. This story has been developing throughout the day, and our Ramona Shelburne is now reporting that Harden has told NBA investigators he thought he was in compliance with health and safety protocols. Harden and multiple witnesses at the event have told the league that he attended a seated dinner for a friend who'd been recently promoted at work. James Harden said he entered through a separate entrance and sat in a separate area with a security detail and that he was wearing a mask. The 2018 NBA MVP also says he left the group and the event after approximately 30 minutes. So let's take a look at what James Harden posted on his Instagram account today. He said, "One thing after another. I went to show love to my homegirl at her event, not a strip club, because she is becoming a boss and putting her people in position of success, and now it's a problem. Every day it's something different. No matter how many times people try to drag my name under, you can't. The real always end on top." Our insider, Adrian Wojnarowski, has been reporting on these developments all day long. And Woj, we have 2 separate stories. Let's start with the fact that the Rockets-Thunder game has been postponed indefinitely. Why did it come to this point over just the last 30 minutes when they don't have enough players to play? How did we get here?
Yeah, the Rockets officials were in contact with the league office all day today as they were testing and retesting players in Houston, trying to get to that number 8 where they could play the game tonight. But a combination of positive tests and inconclusive tests put them in a position where, they couldn't muster the 8 tonight. And listen, this is something we may see around the league with other teams throughout this year now that the league is outside of the bubble. But, as you said earlier, that just a haircut at a player's apartment last night, an innocent enough scenario there, put several players in quarantine through contact tracing because they were with Kenyon Martin Jr., who this morning tested positive. He had also had a negative test, and so it was inconclusive, and he was waiting on more test results. But at the end of the day, they told the Thunder, hey, don't take the bus over to the arena. They're headed back to the airport and headed home.
Incredible. So Oklahoma City was going to open their season as well. They're heading back to the airport, as you just said. And then who knows how long this could continue based on how many positives the Rockets have. So stay tuned for more on that for sure. Let's go back to James Harden because, as we just said, the league reviewed the video that was posted on social media recently, and it deemed him in violation of the league's COVID protocols. So what exactly does that mean for James Harden right now, Woj?
Well, neither Harden nor the Rockets, Ramona Shelburne and I are told, are clear what it means yet. And the league office, I'm told, is still working through what the next steps are going to be for Harden now that they have found him in violation. Certainly, they heard Harden's side. He talked to league officials, explained his side, believed that he was not in violation of protocols. But the league, in postponing the game, said that he was. And now, I think what he's waiting for, what the team is waiting for, will this mean just he's away from the team in quarantine? Is there a suspension looming? Those are all options on the table for the league, but there's no question. This is a difficult start to the Rockets season. And listen, first-year coach Stephen Silas was hoping to make his debut tonight. Not quite yet in Houston.
Yeah, Stephen Silas has waited a couple decades to make this debut, and this is how it's getting started. If you could maybe, just give us an overall state of the state for the Houston Rockets. It was already difficult enough, seemingly, with the drama surrounding James Harden and the fact that he wants out of Houston. And now this. What's going on right now behind closed doors in Houston?
Well, listen, they hope that they could just start the season with Harden on the floor, with John Wall, get off to a good start, and hope that it gave them some leverage in trade talks. And now they have a team tonight now unable to put a team on the floor. And I think certainly, at least for this very near term, I think it puts the James Harden trade talks on the back burner. They've got to work through this and see what exactly his immediate future is with the team, or perhaps away from the team if there's a punishment or he's got to go back into a quarantine situation.
And again, the league has found him in violation of the safety protocols. You assume that means that there will be some sort of punishment. If there is, and he is docked paychecks per games, that ends up being about $284,000 per game for James Harden.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.